Hello and welcome to Good Night Sleep Stories. Tonight, you are invited to settle into a place of rest, where your body can loosen its weight, and your mind can drift gently away from the day that has passed. Take a moment now to make yourself comfortable, perhaps lying down beneath soft covers, or resting in a chair that holds you with ease. Let your shoulders soften, and allow the rhythm of your breathing to slow, in and out, smooth and steady, like the gentle waves of a quiet sea. Each breath carries you deeper into calm, and with each exhale, you may release a little more of whatever still lingers from your waking hours. You are safe here, surrounded by calm, and tonight a gentle story will guide you, like a lantern glowing softly in the distance. This story, timeless and familiar, will unfold in a way that is light and soothing, a retelling meant not for excitement, but for comfort. We will journey together into the world of Cinderella, yet through the lens of a quiet night, where the rain falls softly, and the air itself seems to hum with serenity. Before the tale begins, allow yourself to imagine the sound of rain, not a storm, not thunder, but a steady, delicate shower. The drops fall in endless patterns, tapping lightly against rooftops and leaves, weaving a lullaby made only by nature. Some drops land with a sharper sound, while others blend into a hushed whisper. If you listen closely, you can almost picture the silver streaks of water gliding down windows, blurring candlelight within. The rain is not intrusive, but protective, wrapping the world in a veil of softness, slowing the rush of time, and inviting you to pause. Now, in this peaceful rain, imagine a quiet kingdom. By day, it is filled with busy voices, footsteps, and laughter, yet at this hour, beneath the rain, everything has fallen into stillness. Streets are empty, but lamps glow faintly by the paths. The marketplace stalls are closed, their awnings damp and shining under the lamplight. Horses rest within their stables, their breath warm against the cool air. The castle itself, tall and proud, has windows that shine faintly, sending golden shapes across the rain-soaked stones. Within this kingdom, there is a simple home, modest, yet strong, with wooden beams that creak gently under the falling rain. Inside, a hearth flickers, casting long shadows upon the floor. Here, by the fire, sits a young woman whose story you already know, yet tonight we will see her in a quieter way. Cinderella rests near the flames, her head leaning slightly, her eyes calm but thoughtful. The warmth of the fire balances the coolness of the night, and the sound of the rain fills every corner of her small room. Cinderella's day has been long, as it often is, filled with tasks and chores, the scrubbing of floors, the washing of linens, the endless tending that leaves her hands weary. But now, in this quiet hour, she allows herself to pause. She traces the rim of a clay cup with her fingertips, a cup filled with warm milk, and lets herself listen more deeply to the rain. To her, it feels like a friend, constant, steady, a companion that brings both peace and dreams. The fire crackles softly, but not too loud. The wood burns slow, releasing a scent of pine that mixes with the freshness drifting in from outside. She feels the cool air against her face, and the warmth against her hands, and together, the balance lulls her into a gentle calm. For a while, she does not think of anything heavy, nor of her daily burdens. Instead, she simply allows her mind to wander, as one does when drifting towards sleep. She thinks of raindrops racing down the glass, of the way they join together and slide as though on a gentle path. She imagines them as tiny travelers, each one carrying a secret, each one whispering its own quiet tale. Some fall quickly, some take their time, but all of them make their way toward the earth, where they disappear into soil or stone. And in their journey, Cinderella sees a reflection of her own, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always moving, always finding a place to belong. Outside, the kingdom is hushed, but every so often, a faint sound drifts in, the soft call of an owl, or the distant creak of a wagon while turning in the night. These sounds, instead of disturbing, only add to the lull, reminding her that the world is alive, but not demanding, alive in a way that soothes. Cinderella leans back, closing her eyes for a moment. She lets her thoughts float away, like lanterns carried gently down a river. She remembers times when she was younger, moments when laughter came easily, when her mother's voice filled the house like music. The memories are not sharp, but soft, like pictures blurred by mist. She does not cling to them, but lets them drift in and out, like the rain itself. Her body begins to feel heavy in the sweetest way, each limb settling more deeply into its place. Her breath slows, matching the rhythm of the drops outside. Inhale, exhale, each one like the turning of a page, carrying her deeper into this quiet moment. The room feels safe, protected, as if the walls themselves are wrapped in the comfort of the rain. The fire lowers, glowing rather than crackling, steady and calm. The window glimmers with silver threads of water, and the world beyond it feels like a dream she has not yet entered. And perhaps you too, listening now, can allow yourself to drift the way Cinderella does. Imagine yourself in that small room, a blanket wrapped around your shoulders, the rain beyond the glass, the warmth of the hearth upon your skin. You have no tasks to finish, no words to say, no burdens to carry. All you need is to breathe, to listen, and to let yourself be carried. The night is still young, but its calmness is infinite. You feel yourself sinking further, like a leaf resting upon quiet water. The sounds around you, real or imagined, blend into one another, forming a gentle harmony. And just as Cinderella leans back, her thoughts fading into softness, you too may find your mind loosening its grip. No urgency remains, no sharp edges. Only rain, only warmth, only the quiet comfort of being here, in this moment, safe and at peace. Allow this calm to deepen now. Let the story wrap around you, not as a tale to analyze or remember, but as a lullaby, a slow rhythm guiding you toward dreams. Cinderella's night has only just begun, but for you, the beginning is enough. Already, you are walking the path of rest, already the rain is carrying you, already the world is fading into the gentle stillness of sleep. And so, in this moment, all is well, the rain falls, the fire glows, and you drift, gently, softly, into quiet slumber. Close your eyes now, and let the day begin to dissolve, like ink spreading softly in water until it fades into nothingness. Your body can rest more deeply than before, heavier against the surface beneath you, as though you are being gently cradled by the world itself. With each breath you take, the muscles of your body loosen further, your arms, your legs, your chest rising and falling without effort, as if the air moves through you with no resistance at all. You are simply here, drifting into comfort, and as you sink, the world of rain draws closer, calling you into its calm embrace. The rainfall is steady now. Imagine it, picture it, hear it in your mind. Raindrops falling one after another, each one small and delicate, yet together forming an endless rhythm that seems to stretch into forever. They fall from the clouds in silver streams, breaking apart as they meet the cool night air, and then land upon rooftops, stone paths, and garden leaves. Some drops bounce lightly before settling, while others slide smoothly in glistening paths down every surface they touch. This rainfall is not heavy, not hurried, but soft, patient, and forgiving, as if the sky itself has decided to whisper the kingdom into sleep. Through the darkened windows of the cottages, candlelight flickers faintly, blurred by the veil of water sliding down the glass. Each house seems to glow from within, like a lantern hidden behind a curtain, its warmth only hinted at but never fully revealed. The streets, once dusty with the day's footsteps, now shine under the lamplight, glistening with ripples where raindrops collect in small puddles. The cobblestones carry reflections of the kingdom's lamps, so that the world feels doubled, one part real, one part shimmering and dreamlike. Imagine yourself walking slowly down one of these rain-soaked lanes. Each step is unhurried, and as you move, the sound of water splashing softly beneath your feet becomes part of the night's lullaby. The cool air brushes against your cheeks, carrying the fresh scent of rain, clean and earthy, mingling with the faint aroma of wood smoke rising from chimneys. Above, the sky is a tapestry of drifting clouds, moving silently, covering and uncovering the pale light of the moon. When the moon appears, its glow shimmers across every drop, scattering light as though the stars themselves have fallen to the ground. Now listen closely. Beyond the gentle rhythm of rain, there are other sounds, small but soothing. The distant hoot of an owl echoes softly from a cluster of trees, a sound that repeats slowly, patiently, as though marking time not by seconds but by heartbeats. Somewhere far away, a stream moves through the land, its waters swelling as the rain joins in, flowing calmly, never rushing. The rustle of leaves stirs in the night wind, each branch bending gracefully under the silver weight of water, releasing droplets that fall like tiny pearls to the earth below. In the palace gardens, where roses and ivy curl along stone walls, the rain settles like a gentle blessing. Each petal catches beads of water, and when the night breeze sighs, the droplets fall, one by one, like glimmering tears of joy. The hedges glisten, the fountains overflow softly, and every path through the garden seems to glow as though it has been painted with moonlight. This rain does not silence the world, but softens it, turning every sound into a lull, every sight into a dream. Inside the small home where Cinderella rests, the sound of rainfall is closer, more intimate. It lands upon the wooden roof above her, forming patterns that seem endless yet always comforting, never intrusive. Sometimes the drops gather before sliding downward in tiny streams, their soft trickle echoing against the window. Cinderella listens quietly, her eyes half closed, her breath deep and even, allowing the rhythm of the night to carry her far from the weight of her day. The rain seems to speak to her, not in words, but in feeling, assuring her that the world moves gently, that she too may drift and be carried without effort. If you were to sit beside her now, you would notice how the glow of the fire and the silver light of the rain blend together, creating a harmony of warmth and coolness. The rain outside may seem endless, but it is never overwhelming. Instead, it is like a song repeating softly, endlessly, until it becomes part of your own heartbeat. You may find your breathing has fallen into its rhythm, slow and steady, as though you and the rain are one. There is a comfort in knowing that the rain continues, whether you listen closely or let your mind drift elsewhere. It will not stop suddenly, it will not demand attention. It simply remains, like a steady presence, always there, always soothing, always guiding you deeper into peace. And as you listen, your thoughts may wander, like tiny boats floating upon its surface. One thought drifts in, another drifts out, none of them needing to be held, none of them heavy. The rain accepts them all, carries them all, until you no longer notice them at all. Picture now the way rain touches the edges of the kingdom. The fields beyond the walls are quiet, the soil drinking in every drop with gratitude. The forest, tall and ancient, leans into the sky, each branch bending under the gentle weight, swaying softly as though rocking itself to sleep. Even the animals of the night find peace beneath the rain, deer resting under trees, foxes curling into their dens, birds tucking their heads beneath their wings. The entire kingdom seems to be breathing in unison, inhaling the freshness, exhaling into silence. In this moment, the rain is more than weather, it is a lullaby, a gentle curtain drawn between the world of waking and the world of dreams. And as you listen, you may find yourself drifting with it, your body heavier, your thoughts lighter, until you feel as though you are floating somewhere between here and there, awake and asleep, held softly in the arms of the night. Let this feeling deepen. With every passing moment, you are safe, you are calm, you are surrounded by the steady rhythm of rain. Its sound will not falter, its song will not change, and within its endlessness, you find your own endless peace. You may imagine yourself lying down near a window, hearing it just beyond the glass, the cool night air brushing gently against your skin. Or perhaps you picture yourself stepping outside, where the rain falls upon your face, cool and refreshing, only to find that instead of discomfort, it brings serenity, washing away any remnants of worry. The world is softer now, slower, quieter. And so are you. Let your breath match the rhythm once more. Inhale as though you are filling yourself with fresh rain, exhale as though you are releasing all heaviness. Each cycle draws you closer to rest, closer to the deep, nurturing sleep that waits for you just beyond the edge of this story. And as the rain continues, falling and falling, you need not do anything else. You are simply here, listening, feeling, drifting. The rain will watch over you, the night will cradle you, and your dreams will come as softly as the drops that kiss the earth. Tonight, like Cinderella in her quiet room, you are wrapped in comfort, safe in the hush of a kingdom lulled into peace. The rain falls, steady and endless, and you sink, deeper, softer, calmer, into rest. Close your eyes now, and allow the air around you to feel softer, gentler, as though the world itself is cushioning you in its embrace. Each breath you take is slower than the last, drawing you deeper into a calm rhythm, while your body begins to feel lighter and heavier at the same time, heavy enough to sink, light enough to float. You are safe here, in this stillness, ready to be carried into the heart of the night. Beyond the comfort of your breath, imagine the kingdom at rest. The rain that had fallen earlier now lingers in a delicate mist, draping the land in silver. Every rooftop glimmers faintly beneath the moon, every stone path holds small pools that mirror the stars above. The night air is cool, but not unkind, wrapping itself around you like a gentle cloak, whispering that everything has slowed, everything has softened. The village is quiet now. Candlelight, once flickering brightly through the windows, has dwindled into faint glows, the last embers of the day preparing to fade. The people have surrendered to their dreams, their homes hushed with stillness, broken only by the occasional creak of wood or the sigh of the breeze as it passes by. The streets, usually alive with footsteps and laughter, now lie empty, their silence filled only with the distant drip of water sliding from rooftops into the cobblestones below. Step softly through this slumbering kingdom in your mind. Every detail seems tender and hushed, as though the world is holding its breath. The air carries the scent of damp earth and rain-washed leaves, mingling with the faint sweetness of flowers that bloom in the night. Above, the sky has opened, revealing a scatter of stars, pale and steady, each one glowing faintly like a guardian watching over the world below. The moon, soft and silver, hangs quietly, draping light across the land with the gentleness of a painter's brush. Beyond the village lies the open fields, vast and serene. The rain has nourished the soil, and the grass bends under the weight of lingering drops, each blade sparkling as though dusted with tiny diamonds. A soft fog rolls low across the ground, moving as if it has its own quiet breath. In the stillness, you can almost hear the earth itself resting, the deep silence that hums beneath all living things when they yield to the night. Further still, the forest stretches wide and endless. Tall trees rise toward the heavens, their branches glistening with droplets that catch the moonlight like scattered jewels. When the wind sighs, the leaves sway in harmony, releasing beads of water that fall gently to the earth, each sound like a delicate note in a symphony composed only for the night. Animals nestle deeper into their resting places, owls hidden in hollows, deer lying in soft grass, foxes curled into dens. All of them breathe slowly, peacefully, as though the whole forest itself has been wrapped in slumber. The palace stands at the heart of it all, glowing faintly in the mist. Its towers rise proudly yet softly, bathed in the silver light of the moon. The gardens are hushed, their fountains trickling quietly, their flowers bowed beneath raindrops that glisten like pearls. The marble paths shimmer as if kissed by starlight, guiding the eye gently through the grounds without a single footstep to disturb them. Even here, where the weight of power and grandeur usually lingers, the night has softened everything, reminding all who see it that rest is as important as duty. Imagine yourself wandering slowly through those gardens now. Your footsteps are noiseless, your presence light as air. Each breath you take fills you with the freshness of rain, with the sweetness of roses, with the coolness of ivy climbing the palace walls. The world around you feels dreamlike, suspended between waking and sleep, a place where time no longer matters. You drift, unhurried, carried by the quiet kingdom into deeper stillness. And within one small cottage, tucked in the shadow of all this stillness, Cinderella rests. Her room glows softly from the fire that burns low in the hearth, its light dancing faintly across the walls. The rain that had once fallen so steadily has slowed to an occasional patter, a reminder of the lullaby that carried her here. She lies in her small bed, breathing evenly, each breath blending with the silence that surrounds her. Though her day had been long, though her burdens had been many, the night has claimed her now, offering her peace she so often misses. As she drifts deeper into dreams, so too does the kingdom itself seem to sink further into its slumber. The mist thickens across the fields, the stars shine brighter above, and the hush of the world deepens until only the softest sounds remain, the gentle rustle of leaves, the trickle of water, the occasional distant call of a night bird. Each sound arrives like a whisper, then fades into silence, never hurried, never harsh. And you, too, may allow yourself to follow this rhythm. Feel how the quiet kingdom reaches out to you, wrapping around your thoughts, soothing the edges of your mind. Each image of this world, each sound of its stillness, guides you further away from wakefulness. Your breathing matches its pace, slow and steady, like the tide moving gently in and out. If a thought comes to you, let it float softly away, like mist dissolving into air. There is no need to hold it, no need to chase it. This is a place where nothing is asked of you, where the world simply allows you to be, resting, drifting, becoming lighter and calmer with each passing moment. Now picture the kingdom as a whole, viewed from above, as though you are gliding slowly across the sky. Below you, every cottage, every field, every tower of the palace lies hushed and still, embraced by mist and moonlight. The rain has left its mark in sparkling droplets, but the night has claimed all else, drawing the world into a shared dream. It is a vision of peace, complete and endless, a reminder that even the busiest of places must yield to the softness of rest. Allow this vision to carry you further inward. Let it remind you that you, too, are part of this quiet kingdom tonight. You are resting among its cottages, its fields, its forests, and its palace gardens. The hush of the world belongs to you as much as it belongs to them. And within this hush, your own body knows how to let go, how to sink deeper, how to find the gentle path into sleep. The kingdom will remain quiet, safe, and still, watching over you as you drift. The stars will continue to glow above, the mist will continue to roll across the land, and the night will continue to cradle everything in its arms. You need not do anything at all, only breathe, only listen, only drift. And so, as the quiet kingdom holds you, you may let go completely now. Let your body grow heavier, let your mind grow softer, let your heart find its rhythm in the silence. The night is yours, the stillness is yours, and sleep is waiting, gentle and near. Rest now, deeper and deeper, as the quiet kingdom dreams with you. Take a deep breath, and let the weight of the day begin to soften. With each gentle inhale, your chest rises like the tide, and with each slow exhale, the waves retreat, leaving calmness behind. Your body begins to settle, like a blanket draped over a quiet room at dusk. Allow your eyes to soften, your shoulders to ease, and your thoughts to drift, as if they were feathers carried upon a soft breeze. Tonight, we will wander into a timeless tale, told in the gentlest of ways, a story that flickers softly like the glow of a fire in the stillness of night. Picture yourself in a small, quiet cottage, where the evening has wrapped the world in shades of blue and silver. A fire hums gently in the hearth, casting warm light across the stone walls, where shadows sway with a slow, rhythmic dance. In the glow of this fire, Cinderella sits. She is not yet the figure of dazzling gowns and shimmering glass slippers. Instead, she is a young woman in simple clothes, with her hair loose, resting quietly by the flames after a long day of tending to endless tasks. The cottage is hushed, as though it, too, has grown weary from the hours that have passed. Beyond the windows, the night sky spreads wide, filled with tiny stars scattered across velvet darkness. The moon, pale and steady, pours its glow upon the earth. Inside, the warmth of the fire softens everything, wrapping Cinderella in a gentle cocoon of comfort. She leans her cheek upon her hand, her gaze fixed on the glowing embers, and slowly, she allows her breath to fall into the same rhythm as the fire's quiet pulse. Each flame rises and folds upon itself, its golden tip reaching upward, then bowing in surrender to the air. The sound of the fire is soft, an occasional crackle, a tender sigh, as though the wood were whispering old secrets as it transformed into light. Cinderella feels that the fire is speaking to her, not in words, but in feelings. It tells her she is safe, it tells her she can rest, it tells her that even in the midst of hardship, beauty still glimmers. The night grows deeper. Outside, the crickets sing their steady song, a lullaby spun for the earth. In the distance, an owl hoots gently, its call carried through the trees like a low, calming note in the night symphony. Cinderella listens, and slowly, the heaviness in her limbs begins to ease. The world of chores, the weight of unkind voices, the long hours of work, all fade away, leaving only this moment, this fire, and this quiet. As the flames shift and soften, Cinderella imagines the fire is a tiny kingdom of its own. Each spark is a star, each ember a glowing castle wall, and the flames are gentle dancers weaving through a story only she can see. She pictures herself in that kingdom, not as the weary girl in the hearth's shadow, but as a figure of grace, moving through halls of light, her steps soundless, her heart unburdened. In this vision, the fire becomes her companion, guiding her into dreams of peace. The warmth of the hearth reminds her of childhood, of her mother's gentle voice, her father's reassuring presence. Though those days have passed into memory, she feels their love still flickering within her, as steady as the embers that never truly die, even when the flames grow quiet. This thought rests in her like a lullaby, softening the sharp edges of loneliness, reminding her that love lingers in unseen ways, surrounding her even when she feels alone. Her eyelids grow heavy, but her heart feels lighter, as if the fire has taken her burdens and turned them into light. She drifts deeper into her own imagination, seeing herself in gowns that shimmer like moonlight, walking through grand ballrooms where gentle music sways in the air. Yet even in these dreams of splendor, she feels the same calm, the same quiet as she does now, sitting by the hearth. Because what she longs for most is not grandeur, but peace, kindness, and rest. The fire continues its slow rhythm, rising, falling, crackling softly. It is a companion that does not ask for anything, a presence that simply warms and soothes. Cinderella leans closer, feeling the gentle heat on her skin, hearing the delicate hum that seems to say, "All is well, all is well, all is well." And so, as the night carries on, Cinderella lets herself slip further into this stillness. Her breath grows slower, each exhale melting the day away. The sounds of the night, the fire, the crickets, the owl, blend into a quiet lullaby, steady and comforting. In her mind, she is safe. She is cherished. She is surrounded by light. The flames begin to soften into embers, glowing with a steady, gentle warmth. No longer leaping or dancing, they rest as though they, too, are preparing for sleep. Cinderella curls herself closer, resting fully now, her heart calm, her spirit soothed. The fire has done its work, it has kept her company, reminded her of her strength, and guided her into a place of peace. And now, you too may rest here, in this quiet space by the fire, where warmth lingers, where calmness surrounds you, where dreams begin to unfold. Allow the stillness to cradle you, allow the night to carry you, and let yourself drift, softly, slowly, peacefully, into sleep. Take a slow, steady breath, and feel the day begin to dissolve. Inhale gently, filling your lungs with calm, and exhale even more slowly, letting the weight of thoughts and worries drift away. Allow your body to soften, your shoulders to sink, your mind to loosen its hold, as though you were stepping into a quiet meadow at dusk. Tonight, we will wander together into a story that drifts like starlight across a still sky, a tale that unfolds with softness, guiding you toward rest and peace. The night is calm, the air cool and still, with a gentle hush covering the land. Imagine yourself standing near an open window, the fabric of a curtain swaying lightly with the whisper of the breeze. Beyond the glass, the sky stretches wide, sprinkled with stars that shine like tiny lanterns scattered across a vast sea of darkness. The moon, pale and watchful, casts silver light upon the earth. Everything is quiet, and yet, there is a feeling, as if the night itself is waiting to share a secret. Far away, the chime of a clock sounds softly, marking the passage of time in gentle tones. Each note lingers in the air, like ripples spreading across a still pond, fading slowly, leaving silence once more. It is in this silence that something begins, a story wrapped in mystery, a gentle invitation that floats upon the night air. In the small cottage where Cinderella rests, the evening has settled deeply. The fire glows low in the hearth, embers glowing faintly, while the soft hum of crickets fills the air. She sits quietly, her body weary but her heart still awake, her eyes following the flicker of light upon the stone floor. It is then, when the night feels stillest, that she hears it, a sound so faint it seems almost imagined. A gentle tapping at the door. Her breath pauses, her ears attuned to the quiet. Again, the sound comes, soft and deliberate, like knuckles brushing against wood. Slowly, she rises, her footsteps almost soundless upon the worn floor. When she opens the door, the night greets her, cool and fragrant, filled with the scent of distant blossoms carried upon the breeze. And there, upon the doorstep, lies an envelope, its paper pale as moonlight, its edges curling softly in the wind. She bends to pick it up, her fingers brushing over the delicate seal of wax. The mark upon it glimmers faintly in the silver glow, as though it has been kissed by starlight. She carries it inside, her heart steady, though touched with wonder. By the fire's fading glow, she breaks the seal, unfolding the parchment slowly, carefully, savoring the sound of paper opening like a whisper in the night. The words inside are written with grace, each stroke of ink flowing as though spun from the hand of the stars themselves. The invitation speaks of a gathering, a ball within the grand palace, where music will glide through the air and lanterns will shine like constellations. For one night, the invitation says, all may come and share in the beauty of the moment. Cinderella reads the words again and again, her fingers resting upon the delicate page, her breath soft and unhurried. She feels the warmth of the fire upon her cheek, the coolness of the night drifting through the open window, the calm weight of possibility settling gently upon her. She does not think of gowns or of glass slippers, not yet. She thinks only of the invitation itself, like a quiet promise carried through the darkness, as if the night had chosen her to share in its secret. She closes her eyes, holding the letter against her heart, and imagines the scene described. She pictures vast halls filled with soft golden light, floors that gleam like mirrors, and windows open to the moonlit sky. She imagines music rising like a tide, gentle and flowing, filling the air with harmony that carries every soul toward joy. She imagines laughter, warmth, and kindness, wrapping around her as gently as the night now does. The more she dreams, the softer her body feels, as though the vision itself is carrying her into a state of rest. The fire hums quietly, the crickets sing on, and the letter rests upon her lap, glowing faintly in the dim light. She breathes slowly, her eyes drifting heavier, her heart soothed by the gentle wonder of it all. Outside, the stars shimmer above, watching in silence. The invitation remains, a quiet gift from the night, waiting for its moment to bloom. And as the hours stretch, Cinderella's breath deepens, her thoughts dissolve, and she drifts into dreams where the palace awaits, where music flows like water, and where the night itself carries her gently, slowly, into the depths of peaceful sleep. Take a gentle breath, and let it flow out like a soft sigh, loosening the weight you may still be carrying from the day. Feel your body ease into stillness, as though the ground beneath you were holding you tenderly, steady and calm. The quiet around you is here to cradle you, to soften your thoughts, to carry you gently toward a story that will unfold slowly, like petals opening in the light of dawn. Tonight, We continue with Cinderella, who sits quietly in her small cottage, the faint glow of the invitation resting upon the table beside her. The fire has dwindled into glowing embers, and the night outside has grown even deeper, the stars wheeling slowly above. The letter she holds is not only words upon paper, but a promise, a gentle pull towards something unknown yet beautiful. And so, in the stillness, she begins to imagine what it might mean to prepare, not quickly, not with haste, but in a way that honors the softness of the moment. Her hands trace the edges of the parchment, her breath steady, her mind flowing into quiet visions. She does not rush to search for gowns or jewels, for she has none, but instead she turns inward, toward the gentler preparations of spirit and heart. She lifts her face to the cool night air drifting through the open window, and imagines the moonlight itself as a kind of cloak, wrapping her in silver calm. She imagines the stars as delicate ornaments, sparkling softly, each one a blessing placed upon her with care. The room is quiet, but within her, a sense of slow transformation begins. She stands and walks to a small basin of water, its surface shimmering faintly in the dim glow. She dips her hands into the coolness, and the water glides over her skin like silk, refreshing her, cleansing away the traces of the long day. Each drop feels like a whispered reminder that she is worthy of gentleness, worthy of peace. She splashes her face lightly, and when she lifts her gaze to the water again, she sees her reflection softened by ripples, almost dreamlike, as though the night itself is showing her a glimpse of who she may become. Her simple dress hangs loosely upon her, its fabric worn yet familiar, holding the quiet memories of days both weary and kind. She smooths the cloth slowly, thoughtfully, as though in the very act of touching it, she is weaving hope into its threads. She does not think of what others might see, but rather of how she feels, how the fabric rests against her skin, how it allows her to move with ease, with grace, with comfort. On a small wooden shelf rests a comb, its teeth slightly uneven from years of use. She lifts it gently, running it through her hair with long, slow strokes. The motion is soothing, like a lullaby given form. Each strand falls into place, shining faintly in the dim glow of the fire, and she finds herself remembering the times her mother once combed her hair with the same quiet patience. The memory feels like a hand upon her shoulder, steady and kind, reminding her that preparation is not only about appearances, but about carrying the warmth of love into whatever may come. The night deepens further, the hush outside thick with the soft chorus of crickets. Cinderella moves to the window and gazes outward, her fingers resting upon the sill. The world is wrapped in shadow and silver, every blade of grass touched with moonlight, every tree standing as a dark, steady silhouette. She closes her eyes and imagines stepping gently into this night, the grass cool beneath her feet, the air wrapping around her like a song. She imagines the walk to the palace not as a hurried journey, but as a slow, graceful unfolding, each step bringing her deeper into the embrace of the night. Returning to her seat by the table, she places the letter carefully before her once more. She reads the words again, her eyes moving slowly over each graceful curve of ink. The invitation does not ask her to rush, it does not press her forward, it simply opens a door. She realizes then that preparation is not about becoming something she is not, but about gently allowing who she already is to shine, softly, like a candle that needs only to be lit. Her breath deepens, her body grows heavier with calm, and still she continues the gentle work of preparing, not with frantic movements, but with thoughtful care. She tidies the small space around her, placing objects back in their resting spots, smoothing the table's surface with the palm of her hand. Every action is slow, unhurried, as if she is weaving peace into the very air. Even this, she realizes, is part of preparing, the creation of a space that feels calm, ordered, and safe. She takes a shawl from the back of a chair, worn but soft, and drapes it around her shoulders. Its warmth settles over her like an embrace, reminding her that comfort, too, is a kind of preparation. She lingers in that warmth, her fingers gently brushing the fabric, her heart resting in the quiet knowledge that even the simplest of things can carry her toward beauty. Gradually, the world around her softens even further. The fire fades to glowing embers, steady and red, the sound of the night blending into a single, endless lullaby. Cinderella lowers herself onto her small bed, the letter still resting upon the table nearby, close enough that its promise seems to glow into the room. She draws the blanket up around her, her body sinking into the mattress, her breath falling into a steady, rhythmic flow. Her eyes close slowly, and she lets her imagination wander once more to the palace described in the letter. She sees lanterns hanging like stars within great halls, music floating through the air like a gentle tide, and soft laughter echoing like bells. She sees herself stepping forward, not with haste, but with calm assurance, her spirit already prepared by the quiet, steady work of the night. And so she rests, not rushing toward the future, but simply allowing it to unfold, slowly, softly, as naturally as a dream. Her breathing deepens, her body grows heavier, her thoughts dissolve into the quiet hum of the night. In her stillness, the invitation lingers like a star, glowing with possibility, waiting patiently. And you, too, may rest here, within this calm, knowing that preparation does not always mean rushing ahead, but rather slowing down, softening, and allowing yourself to be carried. Let your body grow heavier, let your thoughts drift like clouds, and let the night cradle you, carrying you gently, deeply, into sleep. Take a deep breath, letting the air flow gently into your lungs, and as you exhale, imagine any restlessness melting away. Allow your shoulders to sink into comfort, your arms to rest loosely at your sides, and your eyelids to soften, as if they are preparing to close with ease. Each breath you take carries you further into calm, and each moment brings you closer to the serene world of tonight's story. Feel the weight of the day drift behind you, and know that this time is yours, a time to rest, to dream, and to be carried away by a gentle tale. Tonight, we find ourselves in a place where the evening is wrapped in a delicate hush, and the air is heavy with the scent of rain. The world outside is dark, yet not unkind, for it carries the shimmering glow of lantern light reflecting on wet cobblestones. The rhythmic patter of raindrops on rooftops forms a lullaby of its own, soft and steady, coaxing the senses into stillness. Somewhere in the distance, the faint roll of thunder hums like a giant stretching in the sky, but it is far away, muted and low, never sharp or startling, only adding to the depth of the night's gentle music. In this quiet town, the streets glisten with silver trails of water winding their way down, pooling near the edges, catching bits of lantern light as they move. The air feels cool and soothing, brushing against the skin like a whispered promise of rest. Windows glow warmly with the flicker of candlelight, while curtains sway faintly in the breeze sneaking through tiny cracks. Each home feels like a haven, and yet, beyond those walls, there is something stirring in the rain, something that beckons softly, as though an old story is about to unfold. And there it comes, steady and unhurried, the sound of hooves on the wet road. A quiet clip-clop, softened by the rainfall, but clear enough to bring an image to mind. With every measured step, the hooves strike the ground with a hollow note, water splashing gently beneath. Soon, the creak of wooden wheels follows, rolling through the damp air in a rhythm both grounding and hypnotic. It is a carriage, making its way slowly down the rain-slicked street, lanterns swinging faintly on its sides, casting soft arcs of light that ripple across the puddles. The carriage is drawn by two horses, their coats glistening with droplets that shimmer like tiny gems under the lantern glow. Their breaths emerge in soft clouds, rising and dissolving into the cool night air. They move with quiet grace, their pace steady, never hurried, as if they know their journey is not one of haste but of patience. The driver sits atop the carriage, cloaked against the weather, holding the reins with ease, his figure silhouetted against the shifting light. He does not urge the horses forward quickly, he lets them walk at a gentle pace, letting the night unfold naturally. Inside the carriage, the scene is different still. The interior is lined with soft fabrics, deep cushions, and curtains that sway ever so slightly with each movement of the wheels. The air inside is warm and comforting, carrying the faint fragrance of polished wood and fresh linen. A small lantern hangs above, casting a golden glow that flickers gently, filling the space with a tranquil ambience. As the rain taps against the windows, the sound becomes a song of protection, wrapping the traveler in an embrace of calm. Imagine yourself there now, seated comfortably, nestled in the carriage's quiet embrace, your body supported by the softness beneath you. Outside, the rain streaks the glass in thin, weaving rivers, but inside, you are sheltered, cocooned in warmth and stillness. Each turn of the wheels rocks you ever so slightly, as though you are being lulled by the gentle sway of a cradle. Your breathing matches this rhythm, slow, steady, unbroken, each inhale deep and calm, each exhale releasing tension into the night. As the carriage moves onward, you notice how the world outside begins to blur into dreamlike shapes. Trees stand like dark silhouettes along the road, their leaves dripping quietly with water, their branches bending under the weight of the rain. Here and there, the glow of distant lanterns shines like little stars, guiding the way through the misty evening. The sound of water running along the gutters becomes a constant murmur, blending seamlessly with the patter of rain and the steady steps of the horses. It is a perfect harmony, a symphony of calm. The journey feels timeless. Perhaps it has just begun, or perhaps it has been going on for hours. It no longer matters. Time loses its sharp edges, softening into the rhythm of the night. The carriage rolls steadily forward, each moment carrying you deeper into stillness, deeper into rest. Outside, the rain may continue to fall, but inside, you are untouched, shielded by the comforting walls and warmed by the glow of the lantern. The world beyond becomes a dreamscape, something to observe gently before letting it fade into the background of your thoughts. You feel the presence of quiet company, though no words are spoken. The driver above, steady and calm, guiding the horses with patience. The horses themselves, moving with purpose, their hooves meeting the ground in perfect balance. Even the rain seems like a companion now, its delicate touch upon the carriage roof keeping you grounded, reminding you of the soothing world beyond. Together, they create a journey that feels destined, not urgent, something meant to be experienced with ease. As the path stretches ahead, the carriage turns down a narrower lane, where the trees lean closer together, forming a soft canopy that catches the rain. Droplets fall in scattered rhythms from the leaves, some landing softly on the roof, others splashing gently onto the road. The horse's pace slows, not from weariness but from an unspoken understanding that this part of the journey requires gentleness. The wheels move carefully over the uneven stones, rocking the carriage in a deeper rhythm, swaying you further into comfort. Inside, the warmth grows more profound. The lantern above flickers, casting shadows that dance slowly across the fabric-lined walls, like brushstrokes in an artist's dream. Your body relaxes into the motion, your thoughts becoming lighter, drifting without direction, like leaves carried by a calm current. The sound of your breathing joins the music of the rain, and soon you can no longer tell where one begins and the other ends. You are simply a part of this quiet night, carried along by the carriage, safe and serene. As the journey continues, you feel yourself surrendering to the rhythm, no longer a traveler with a destination, but a dreamer cradled in the embrace of the rain. The outside world grows fainter still, the lanterns blur, the trees dissolve into soft outlines, the road stretches endlessly into calm. All that remains is the gentle sway, the soft light, and the lullaby of rain against glass. The carriage moves forward, and you drift further inward, into a place where rest comes easily, where sleep hovers just beyond the edge of thought. There is no need to hold on to the day, no need to plan for tomorrow. For now, there is only this moment, the sound of rain, the rocking of wheels, the warmth of the carriage, and the soft breath of horses guiding you onward. Each detail lulls you further, carrying you into stillness, into peace. And as the night deepens, so too does your rest. The carriage becomes slower, the sounds quieter, until all is reduced to a hushed rhythm, as if even the world itself has decided to fall asleep. You feel the final touch of awareness slipping away, and in its place, dreams begin to rise, soft and inviting. Allow yourself to drift now, with no need to listen further, no need to follow the path of the carriage any longer. Let the rain be your lullaby, the sway of the wheels your gentle guide, and the warmth around you your blanket of comfort. Surrender to the night, knowing you are safe, knowing you are carried, and allow sleep to take you, softly and completely. Rest now, let go, and drift into the embrace of your dreams. Take a slow, deep breath, letting the air move gently into your chest, and as you exhale, feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into rest. Allow your arms to relax, your shoulders to soften, and your eyelids to grow heavier, as though the night itself is inviting you into peace. Let the rhythm of your breathing be your guide, steady and calm, carrying you softly into the world of tonight's tale. With each breath, let go of the day behind you, and welcome the soothing journey ahead. The night is still wrapped in gentle rain, and the carriage that has been carrying you glides onward through the dimly lit streets. The sound of hooves on damp stone continues its patient rhythm, a melody of steady movement, while raindrops fall in a delicate pattern, tapping softly against the carriage roof. Inside, you are cocooned in warmth, surrounded by soft cushions and the quiet glow of a lantern, rocking gently with each turn of the wheel. The world beyond feels distant now, fading into mist and shadow, while the carriage takes you forward into something new. Gradually, the sound of the horse's steps begins to change, the hollow clip-clop giving way to a more resonant echo. The ground beneath has become broader, smoother, as though you are now crossing a grand approach. Through the rain-splashed window, shapes begin to form, faint at first, then clearer as lanterns along the road burn brighter. You catch glimpses of tall gates, of walls rising high above, their stone glistening with water, their forms softened by the silver haze of the rain. Beyond them, something vast and luminous waits, its presence felt even before it is seen fully. The carriage slows, the horses lowering their heads as if in reverence, their pace measured and calm. The air feels different here, heavier, yet also filled with quiet anticipation. You can sense the nearing of a place important, a destination both mysterious and welcoming. And then, through the shimmering mist, you see it, the palace. It rises with grace from the earth, tall spires reaching upward into the clouds, their tips veiled in the gentle rain. Wide walls curve around gardens that stretch beyond sight, their pathways glistening with silver droplets. Countless windows glow with golden light, each one flickering like a star set into stone. Balconies are adorned with vines, their leaves glistening under the lantern glow, while great arches frame the entrance in patterns that seem both strong and delicate. The palace is not loud in its grandeur, it does not shout its beauty, but instead hums with quiet majesty, as though it was built not to impress but to comfort, to offer sanctuary in the heart of the night. The carriage passes beneath tall gates, their ironwork intricate, curling into shapes like vines and blossoms frozen in time. As they swing open, they do so with neither creak nor clamor, but with the silent ease of something long practiced, something eternal. The horses step onto a wide path lined with lanterns that glow like orbs of firelight, their reflections shimmering on the wet stones. The sound of rain softens here, as though even the storm has hushed in respect. Slowly, the carriage comes to a halt before the grand entrance. The driver steadies the reins, and for a moment all is still, the rain, the horses, the lanterns, the night itself, everything pausing in gentle silence. You feel no rush, only the quiet invitation of the moment, as if the palace is waiting, patient and calm, ready to welcome you when you are ready. The door of the carriage opens with a soft creak, and the warm air of the palace drifts outward, carrying with it the faint fragrance of blossoms and wood polished with care. As you step out, the rain brushes lightly against your skin, cool and refreshing, before the shelter of the grand archway takes you in. The stone beneath your feet is smooth, warmed by the glow of countless lanterns that line the walls. Tall doors stand before you, carved with patterns that tell stories of ages past, of journeys taken, of nights like this one, of arrivals long remembered. When the doors open, a wave of warmth and light greets you, spilling into the night like a gentle embrace. You step inside, and at once, the sound of the rain softens into the distance, as though the palace has drawn a curtain between you and the world outside. Within, the air is rich with stillness, lit by chandeliers that hang like clusters of stars, their crystals catching light in soft glimmers. The floor beneath reflects their glow, polished until it shines like the surface of calm water. The hall stretches wide, yet it does not feel overwhelming. Its scale is softened by the quiet glow, the hushed echoes of your steps, the presence of warmth everywhere. Along the walls, tall drapes of deep fabric sway gently, though no breeze stirs them, and between them, alcoves hold statues that seem almost alive in the flickering light. Some figures are regal, others humble, but all wear expressions of calm, their gaze lowered as though in quiet meditation. You walk slowly, guided deeper into the palace, each step unhurried, each breath matched to the gentle pace of your journey. The air is cool but comforting, carrying faint notes of lavender and cedar, fragrances that soothe the senses and quiet the mind. Your eyes wander upward, where painted ceilings depict scenes of skies filled with clouds and stars, dreamscapes of serenity that seem to float above you, endless and soft. As you move through the halls, you notice how every sound fades into the next, the quiet echo of your steps, the whisper of fabric, the distant murmur of a fountain. Nothing is harsh, nothing abrupt. Everything exists in harmony, blending together into a symphony of stillness. You begin to feel as though the palace itself breathes alongside you, its presence protective, its walls holding not weight, but comfort. You are led to a great room where tall windows open to the gardens beyond. Though the rain still falls outside, here it appears softened, transformed into delicate threads of silver that hang in the air. The windows frame the view of lantern-lit paths winding among hedges and trees, their leaves shimmering like jewels. Fountains ripple quietly, their waters glowing under the lantern light, their streams falling in rhythms that blend with the song of the rain. The palace offers you a place to sit, a chair by the window, cushioned and warm, where you can rest while watching the night unfold. You settle into it, and at once your body feels supported, your weight held with ease, your breath deepening as though the palace itself has drawn you into its embrace. You watch the rain for a while, letting its steady pattern soothe you further. The drops fall in endless rhythm, yet each is unique, each carrying with it the reflection of lanterns, the shimmer of the night, the softness of the garden. Beyond the windows, the palace grounds stretch endlessly, their quiet beauty reminding you that this place exists not to dazzle but to calm, not to awaken but to lull. Time loses its meaning here. Perhaps you have only just arrived, or perhaps you have been sitting for hours, lulled into stillness by the palace's timeless rhythm. Your breathing grows slower, your eyelids heavier, your thoughts lighter. You no longer need to follow the details of the story, for the story itself has become a gentle current, carrying you deeper into peace. The palace remains, steady and serene, holding you in its quiet care. Outside, the rain continues, soft and protective, while inside, the warmth surrounds you, encouraging you to release all that you carry. You let it go now, allowing the palace to take it from you, leaving you weightless, calm, and ready for rest. Soon, the details blur, the glow of lanterns, the hush of rain, the stillness of statues, until all that remains is the feeling of being safe, sheltered, and deeply at ease. The palace has welcomed you, and now it invites you to sleep, to surrender fully to the embrace of dreams. So let yourself drift, letting each breath carry you further, letting the quiet rhythm of this place guide you. You are safe here. You are warm. You are held in the arms of stillness. Rest now, and let sleep take you gently, as the palace keeps watch, serene and timeless. Allow your mind to soften, your body to sink deeper, and your dreams to unfold, calm and unhurried, through the endless night. Take a slow, steady breath, and allow the stillness of this moment to wash over you. With each inhale, picture calmness flowing in, filling your body with warmth, and with each exhale, imagine the weight of the day gently slipping away, drifting off into the quiet of the night. Let your shoulders soften, let your arms rest heavy by your side, and let your thoughts grow lighter, as though they were feathers carried by a tender breeze. The world outside fades now, leaving only the safety of this moment, the comfort of stillness, and the promise of rest. Tonight, let us wander into a night of gentle wonder, where dreams are woven in starlight, and time moves only at the rhythm of peace. The evening has settled into its deepest hour. Outside, the rain that once fell steadily has grown faint, its rhythm now softened to a distant hush, a delicate whisper threading through the quiet. The sky above is hidden in mist, yet between the clouds, stars begin to peek through, each one glimmering faintly as though it were blinking awake from its own slumber. The moon, pale and calm, sends down its glow like a veil of silver silk, brushing over the palace, the gardens, and the quiet paths below. Inside the palace, the air hums with a stillness that is both vast and intimate. Candles burn low in their sconces, their flames bending gently, casting long shadows that sway like dancers on the walls. The great hall, once echoing with quiet steps, now rests in silence, save for the soft lull of a distant fountain. It is as though the palace itself has slowed its breath, settling into the embrace of night, wrapping its guests in calm. You find yourself moving slowly through these halls, guided not by urgency, but by curiosity, a gentle pull that leads you deeper. Each step is unhurried, cushioned by smooth stone beneath your feet. The light flickers, revealing intricate carvings and archways, details too delicate to notice in the brightness of day, but now, in this dim glow, they seem to whisper their secrets only to you. The air carries faint scents, lavender drifting from distant gardens, cedar from polished wood, and the subtle sweetness of honeyed wax melting from the candles. Every breath is soothing, each one drawing you further into rest, as though the palace is gently guiding your body to soften, your mind to grow quieter. At the end of a wide corridor, tall doors open into a grand chamber where the ceiling stretches high above, painted in murals of the night sky. Stars and moons are brushed into the surface, shimmering faintly as though touched by real starlight. A balcony stretches outward, and beyond it, the gardens glow under the moon's silver light. You step toward it, drawn by the sight, and as you do, the soft air greets you, cool but comforting, wrapping around you like a gentle embrace. The gardens below shimmer with raindrops clinging to every leaf and petal. Lanterns line the paths, their reflections mirrored in pools of water left by the rain, glowing like twin stars upon the ground. In the distance, fountains glisten, their waters flowing with soft, rippling songs that rise and fall like a lullaby. The night hums with quiet life, frogs croak low by the ponds, crickets sing their steady rhythm, and the wind sighs through the branches of trees. All of it blends into a single, soothing harmony, a song meant to calm, to ease, to cradle the listener into stillness. As you gaze out, the sky grows clearer. Stars multiply, one by one, filling the heavens with their silent glow. They shine with no urgency, no competition, but together they form a gentle canopy, a reminder of the vastness that cradles all beneath it. The moonlight stretches further, painting silver lines across the palace towers, across the gardens, and across your own skin, as though you are part of the night story, a figure wrapped in wonder beneath the stars. You linger here for some time, watching the way the stars shimmer, the way the lanterns glow, the way the night folds around you. Perhaps you imagine that the stars themselves are watching, offering their light not as something distant, but as a quiet companionship, steady and eternal. Perhaps you feel that the night is alive with gentle wonder, that it breathes with you, that it listens, that it holds you in its arms. As the minutes drift, you notice your body sinking deeper into calm. Your breath flows slower, your heart lighter, your thoughts dimmer. The details around you blur into softness, the shimmer of rain on the leaves, the glow of lanterns, the endless sky, all blending into a single impression of peace. When you step back inside, the palace feels warmer now, as though it has absorbed the moonlight and wrapped it into its walls. You wander back through its corridors, the hush of your steps fading into the vast silence. Along the way, you pass alcoves where small lamps glow gently, their light more like a candle's flicker than a flame. Statues rest in quiet dignity, their expressions serene, as though they, too, are deep in dream. You are guided to a chamber prepared for you, a room adorned with heavy drapes, thick carpets, and a bed that seems to wait patiently for your rest. The mattress is soft, layered with blankets that invite you to sink into them. Pillows are plump and cool, ready to cradle your head. The air within carries a faint trace of lavender, inviting you further into ease. As you settle into the bed, the palace seems to sigh with you, its silence wrapping around you like a cocoon. The bed holds you, weightless yet grounded, and you feel as though the night itself has gathered you in its care. You close your eyes, and in the quiet behind your lids, you still see the shimmer of stars, the glow of lanterns, the silver trace of the moon. Time fades away completely now. The palace is a dream, the night a blanket, the stars your companions. You drift in the space between waking and sleep, carried by the story, carried by the rhythm of breath, carried by the night of gentle wonder. And slowly, as your breaths lengthen, as your body releases its last threads of wakefulness, you surrender fully to the pull of sleep. Safe within the palace, beneath the silver sky, you are embraced by stillness. The night continues around you, stars shining, fountains whispering, lanterns glowing, but you drift deeper, carried into dreams that wait patiently, softly, endlessly. Rest now, let the night hold you, let the stars watch over you, and let yourself be carried, gently and peacefully, into sleep. Take a slow, deep breath, let it linger for a moment, and then gently exhale, feeling your body begin to soften into stillness. Allow your shoulders to loosen, your arms to rest comfortably by your side, and your legs to settle deeper into the surface beneath you. Notice the rhythm of your breathing, steady and calm, guiding you softly toward rest. With each breath, imagine that you are releasing the weight of the day, letting go of thoughts and worries, making space for quiet dreams to arrive. Tonight's story will carry you into a world where the air is cool, the night is gentle, and the rain falls like a soft lullaby, guiding you into peaceful slumber. As you drift into this quiet state, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a wide stone terrace, the kind you might find on the grounds of an old palace. The evening sky is dusky, a shade of violet melting into soft gray, while low clouds gather gently above. The first drops of rain fall, tapping lightly against the stones at your feet, cool and refreshing, yet soothing in their rhythm. You close your eyes and tilt your face upward, feeling the delicate touch of the droplets as they gather in your hair, slide across your cheeks, and roll down your skin in tender streams. The sound of the rain grows steadier, falling like a curtain of music across the gardens and rooftops. It is neither harsh nor hurried, but calm, steady, and unhurried, as though the world itself has slowed to a tranquil pace. The air carries the scent of damp earth, of flowers newly kissed by rain, and of distant fires burning low in their hearths, all blending into a fragrance that feels comforting, ancient, and pure. In the distance, the sound of a soft melody begins to rise, played by unseen musicians. Perhaps it is the gentle strum of strings, or the whisper of flutes carried on the wind. It mingles with the sound of the rain until both seem to become one, a harmony of earth and sky. As you listen, you feel your body sway ever so slightly, drawn into the rhythm, as if your very heartbeat has attuned itself to the music of the night. A figure appears in the rain, a companion, dressed in garments that flow lightly in the damp breeze. Their presence feels warm and familiar, not hurried or demanding, but calm and welcoming, as if they have been waiting for you in this very moment. They extend a hand toward you, not with urgency, but with a kind of gentle invitation, as though offering a chance to move together beneath the falling rain. You place your hand into theirs, and the rain cools your skin while their touch warms your palm. The world around you fades into softness, leaving only the patter of water, the flicker of lantern light in the distance, and the music that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. Slowly, with quiet steps, you begin to move together, a simple dance born not of formality but of pure ease, a natural rhythm discovered in the gentle sway of bodies and the soothing sound of the storm. Each step feels unhurried, almost like drifting. The wet stones beneath your feet shine with a muted glow, reflecting the dim lanterns like scattered stars. Your movements are light and graceful, as if the rain itself carries you, each droplet guiding your motions, each sound weaving itself into the flow of your dance. Time ceases to matter. There is no beginning, no ending, only this quiet unfolding of movement and sound beneath the vast night sky. As the dance continues, you find that laughter rises softly in your chest, not loud, but light, a kind of joy so pure that it feels like a memory of childhood. The rain dapples your face, your hands, your hair, yet there is no discomfort, only a refreshing stillness, as though every drop carries away the weight of the day, leaving you lighter, freer, more at peace. Around you, the gardens sway under the rainfall. Trees glisten with silver droplets, and flowers bend gently as water gathers in their petals. The pools of rainwater along the ground mirror the night sky, broken only by the soft ripples of falling drops. It feels as though the whole world is joining in the rhythm, leaves swaying, water trickling, the earth breathing, everything alive and yet utterly serene. You and your companion move in graceful circles, your steps blending seamlessly with theirs. There is no need for words, for the silence between you speaks volumes, filled with warmth and calm. The dance feels timeless, as if it could go on forever, yet without the sense of needing to last. It simply is, existing gently in the present, like a dream unfolding softly in the rain. Gradually, the rain begins to ease, though not fully stop. The droplets grow lighter, falling in a soft mist rather than a steady stream, like the gentle exhale of the sky after a long sigh. The music too seems to soften, becoming more distant, more hushed, until it feels like nothing more than a memory lingering in the quiet air. Your steps slow, your movements becoming smaller, softer, until you simply stand still with your companion, hand in hand, listening to the last scattered notes of the melody and the tender drizzle of the fading rain. The night is quiet now, filled with a sense of completion, of gentle wonder, as though the dance was never about movement at all, but about finding peace in the stillness of being. You glance around the garden once more, watching the lanterns flicker softly against the damp night, their flames steady despite the rain. The scent of wet flowers lingers, mingling with the cool freshness of the air, and you feel your eyelids grow heavy, your body sinking deeper into relaxation. Your companion smiles faintly, their presence as soothing as the night itself. They do not speak, yet their expression seems to say that the dance will remain with you, even as dreams begin to take hold. You take one final breath of the rain-washed air, filling your chest with coolness, then slowly release it, letting go, surrendering completely to the gentle quiet of the night. And as you do, you feel yourself drift inward, as though carried by the soft rhythm of the rain into the vast stillness of sleep. Your thoughts grow lighter, your body melts deeper into rest, and your mind begins to wander into the boundless dreamscape waiting just beyond this story. The rain continues, but only as a whisper now, a soothing murmur guiding you further and further into slumber. You are safe, you are calm, you are at peace. Allow yourself to drift into the soft embrace of dreams, carried by the gentle wonder of the night's dance. Take a gentle breath in, and slowly let it go. Allow yourself to sink deeper into rest with each exhale. Your shoulders soften, your arms grow heavy, and your mind begins to drift, like a leaf floating downstream on a quiet river. The day is behind you now, and what lies ahead is only calmness, a night of serenity, and the soft unfolding of dreams. Tonight, your story will carry you into a place where time itself is not hurried, where the ticking of a clock becomes a whisper, and every passing second guides you into deeper stillness. Imagine yourself in a quiet hall, long and grand, lined with tall windows that let in the silver glow of moonlight. The air is cool, touched with the faint scent of polished wood and stone. Along the walls, great clocks stand in solemn rows, their faces gleaming, their hands moving slowly, in perfect rhythm with one another. Yet, in this place, the sound of ticking is not sharp or insistent. Instead, it is gentle, muted, like a far-off heartbeat, steady, soothing, unhurried. Each tick feels like a lullaby for the mind, a reminder to slow down, to breathe, to rest. You step quietly across the hall, your footsteps echoing softly against the marble floor, though the sound is muffled by the deep stillness that lingers everywhere. The clocks seem to watch over you, not with urgency, but with calm assurance, as if whispering that there is no rush, no need to grasp at moments, only to drift gently from one to the next. At the far end of the hall stands the grandest clock of all, tall as a tower, its pendulum swinging in graceful arcs, slow and unbroken. The golden hands gleam faintly against a dark face, and as you draw nearer, you notice that with every swing, a hush passes through the hall, like a wave of quiet washing over the air. You pause before it, letting the rhythm guide you, feeling your breath fall naturally in time. Inhale with one swing, exhale with the next. The clock does not demand, it simply offers, holding you steady in its gentle cadence. Nearby, a chair rests by the wall, carved from dark wood with cushions soft as velvet. You ease yourself into it, feeling your body sink down, cradled by its embrace. From here, you can hear the clocks more clearly, the faint ticking, the slow pendulum, the subtle hum that fills the hall like a warm blanket of sound. It is not noise, but music, the music of time unfolding with patience and grace. Your eyes wander, tracing the delicate patterns carved into the clocks. Some are adorned with stars, others with flowers, others with winding vines that twist and curl across their frames. Each clock feels like a guardian of dreams, keeping watch as the world drifts deeper into the night. You imagine that within each one lies not just hours and minutes, but memories, long journeys, and countless moments of quiet wonder. As you listen, you begin to notice something new. The ticking grows softer, blending into whispers, almost like words carried on a breeze. You cannot hear them clearly, but you feel their meaning all the same, a language of reassurance, telling you that time is gentle, that rest is safe, and that dreams will come when you are ready. The whispers move around you, delicate and hushed, wrapping you in comfort. A lantern flickers nearby, its flame steady, casting a golden glow across the polished floor. Shadows of the pendulum stretch and sway, moving in slow arcs that mimic the rhythm of the clock. The movement is hypnotic, like watching the tide come and go, drawing you deeper into calm. Your eyelids grow heavy, yet you remain at ease, knowing that the hall itself is designed for rest, that every clock, every shadow, every whisper is here to guide you toward sleep. Beyond the great hall, you sense there are other rooms, each filled with its own quiet song of time. Perhaps a chamber where small silver pocket watches rest in neat rows, their ticking like the soft patter of rain. Or another where hourglasses stand, sand slipping silently through glass, marking time in the gentlest of ways. You do not need to walk there, though. It is enough to imagine them, to know they are part of this vast, serene world where every moment is softened, where time itself is a companion instead of a demand. You close your eyes, listening once more to the whispers of the clocks. Their voices are calm and steady, reminding you that there is no need to hold on to the day, that the night will cradle you, and that morning will arrive only when it is ready. For now, there is only rest. The pendulum continues to sway, back and forth, each motion slower than the last, as though the clock itself is falling into slumber. The whispers fade into a hum, and the hum fades into silence, until the only sound is the quiet rhythm of your breath. Your body grows heavier, your thoughts lighter, drifting away like clouds across a starlit sky. The chair beneath you feels softer still, almost like a cloud itself, carrying you gently upward into a dream. You surrender to it, releasing the last traces of wakefulness, letting the whisper of the clock guide you fully into sleep. Time melts away, no longer counted in seconds or hours, but in dreams, in stillness, in the endless hush of night. And so, the story draws you inward, into the quiet world of slumber, where the whisper of the clock is not to mark time passing, but to cradle you in timeless rest. You are safe, you are calm, you are at peace. Drift now, into sleep. Take a deep, gentle breath, allowing your body to soften with each slow inhale and exhale. Let the day fall quietly behind you, like a curtain being drawn to reveal the calmness of night. There is no rush, no wait, only the soft embrace of rest waiting to carry you inward. Feel your shoulders loosen, your hands resting lightly, your legs growing heavy, as the stillness of evening surrounds you. You are safe, you are cared for, and you are ready to drift into a world of soft imagination. Tonight, we'll journey into a story of return, where every step homeward is touched with warmth, memory, and peace. Let your breath be the gentle rhythm that carries you deeper into this tale, a companion to the calm unfolding around you. Imagine yourself walking along a path that is kissed by twilight. The horizon glows faintly, with streaks of lavender, rose, and soft silver melting together. The air feels cool, but not cold, a tender freshness that brushes across your cheeks and fills your lungs with clarity. Around you, tall grasses sway with the evening breeze, whispering softly as if sharing secrets with the night. Each step you take is slow, deliberate, unhurried, bringing you closer to a place you know deep within your heart. This is a return, not just to a location, but to a feeling. A sense of belonging, of calm, of gentle familiarity. Perhaps it is a cottage waiting at the edge of a meadow, its windows glowing with a golden light. Perhaps it is a quiet village, where lanterns are beginning to flicker awake, casting soft halos along cobblestone paths. Or perhaps it is simply a space within yourself, a sanctuary you have always carried, waiting for you to enter once more. The road before you curves gently, inviting you to follow. You notice the sound of your steps blending with the hum of crickets, the rustle of leaves, and the occasional call of an evening bird returning to its nest. The world feels alive, yet calm, as if nature itself is preparing for slumber, winding down with you. As you walk, the memories of this place rise within you like soft ripples across a pond. You remember the way laughter once lingered in the air here, the way kindness wrapped around you like a warm shawl, the way peace seemed to live in every detail. It feels both familiar and new, as if the path has been waiting for you, patiently, to return when the time was right. Soon, you reach the crest of a gentle hill, and before you stretches a valley bathed in moonlight. The first stars are beginning to sparkle, scattered across the darkening sky, their glow steady and reassuring. The valley is dotted with lights, cottages, lanterns, perhaps the soft glow of a village square, each one flickering like a beacon of welcome. You pause here, standing in the quiet, and allow yourself to take it all in. The beauty, the stillness, the sense that you are exactly where you need to be. Continuing down the slope, you feel the soft earth beneath your feet, steady and grounding. A breeze carries with it the scent of fresh wood smoke, of herbs drying in kitchens, of flowers closing their petals for the night. With each inhalation, your chest expands with peace, and with each exhalation, your body sinks deeper into rest. You are carried forward not by effort, but by ease, as if the world itself is gently guiding you home. At last, you come upon the place of return. Perhaps it is a small wooden house with ivy curling around its doorway, or perhaps a familiar bench beneath an old tree that has watched over countless evenings. Whatever form it takes, you know it instantly. The warmth of recognition fills you, and as you step closer, you feel the embrace of welcome, not in words, but in the very air itself. Inside, the space is quiet, yet alive with comfort. A fire glows softly in the hearth, its flames dancing in slow, gentle patterns, casting golden reflections upon the walls. The scent of fresh bread and tea lingers faintly, reminding you of care, of nourishment, of ease. A chair waits by the window, inviting you to sit, to rest, to simply be. You lower yourself into it, feeling the cushion cradle your body, and as you look out the window, the moon rests high above, serene and silver, watching over the night. Time here feels different, slower, kinder. The clock upon the mantel ticks softly, its rhythm steady and soothing, like a lullaby carried through the air. Each tick is a gentle reminder that there is no rush, no demands, no weight pressing upon you. Only the calm presence of this moment, and the steady path into rest. Your eyes grow heavy as you sit there, warmed by the fire, wrapped in stillness. You feel a quiet gratitude for the journey, for the return, for the reminder that peace is always waiting, even if far away. It lives in the spaces we come back to, in memories, in places, in the heart itself. As your breathing slows, the room seems to grow even softer around you. The fire lowers to glowing embers, the clock's ticking blends with your heartbeat, and the world fades gently into silence. You are held in comfort, embraced by stillness, guided into deep, restoring sleep. Let yourself drift now, with no resistance, only surrender. The return is complete. You are home, within and without. Rest deeply, peacefully, and fully, until morning's light calls you once more. Take a deep, gentle breath in, and let it out slowly. Feel the weight of the day sliding away from your shoulders as you sink into a place of ease. With every exhale, your body grows a little heavier, your mind a little quieter, and your heart a little calmer. Allow yourself to soften, to be carried gently into a space of stillness. Tonight, we will journey together into a story, one that flows like a lullaby, guiding you deeper and deeper into rest. Imagine now that you are walking through a quiet meadow at dusk. The air is cool and sweet, touched with the fragrance of grass and wildflowers. A soft glow spreads across the horizon as the sun gently lowers itself, painting the sky in tender shades of lavender and rose. Each step you take feels slower, lighter, as though the earth itself is cushioning your path. The world around you seems to hush, preparing for nightfall, as if the entire landscape is exhaling in peaceful unison. Ahead, Rising softly against the fading light, stands a kingdom unlike any other. Its towers do not pierce the sky in sharp defiance, but instead rise gracefully, rounded and warm, bathed in the golden glow of lanterns already lit. A quiet hum of life drifts outward, the muted sounds of laughter, of footsteps winding down, of voices soft and low as the day's busyness gives way to evening calm. The gates are open, wide and welcoming, as if inviting you to step inside and witness a place where rest is not merely an ending, but a cherished part of life. You pass beneath the archway, where ivy climbs in lazy spirals along the stone. The air here feels different, gentler, as though the very stones of the kingdom carry within them a memory of tranquility. The streets are paved with smooth cobblestones, and every step rings faintly, a soft echo that disappears almost as soon as it's heard. Lanterns glow along the path, casting pools of amber light that shimmer against the walls of cottages. The windows glow too, and through them you glimpse families gathered close, their movements slow and tender, as if preparing not just for night, but for dreams. You wander further, and the kingdom seems to fold around you in waves of comfort. A baker closes her shop, carefully covering baskets of bread still warm from the oven, while the faint scent of crust and spice drifts through the air. A child yawns, tugging at a parent's hand as they cross the square, heading homeward under the growing blanket of twilight. Even the animals move more slowly now, horses lowering their heads as they settle into stables, doves curling softly into their nests high along the rooftops. At the center of the kingdom stands a grand square, open and calm, with a fountain whose waters fall not in rushing torrents, but in quiet streams, as though even the water knows to rest at this hour. Around it, benches invite passers-by to pause, to breathe, to share in the stillness that seems to ripple outward from every stone. You pause here too, listening to the hushed murmur of water, the distant rustle of trees beyond the walls, the lull of voices that grow fewer and fewer as night continues to descend. Continuing down the slope, you feel the soft earth beneath your feet, steady and grounding. A breeze carries with it the scent of fresh wood smoke, of herbs drying in kitchens, of flowers closing their petals for the night. With each inhalation, your chest expands with peace, and with each exhalation, your body sinks deeper into rest. You are carried forward not by effort, but by ease, as if the world itself is gently guiding you home. At last, you come upon the place of return. Perhaps it is a small wooden house with ivy curling around its doorway, or perhaps a familiar bench beneath an old tree that has watched over countless evenings. Whatever form it takes, you know it instantly. The warmth of recognition fills you, and as you step closer, you feel the embrace of welcome, not in words, but in the very air itself. Inside, the space is quiet, yet alive with comfort. A fire glows softly in the hearth, its flames dancing in slow, gentle patterns, casting golden reflections upon the walls. The scent of fresh bread and tea lingers faintly, reminding you of care, of nourishment, of ease. A chair waits by the window, inviting you to sit, to rest, to simply be. You lower yourself into it, feeling the cushion cradle your body, and as you look out the window, the moon rests high above, serene and silver, watching over the night. Time here feels different, slower, kinder. The clock upon the mantel ticks softly, its rhythm steady and soothing, like a lullaby carried through the air. Each tick is a gentle reminder that there is no rush, no demands, no weight pressing upon you. Only the calm presence of this moment, and the steady path into rest. Your eyes grow heavy as you sit there, warmed by the fire, wrapped in stillness. You feel a quiet gratitude for the journey, for the return, for the reminder that peace is always waiting, even if far away. It lives in the spaces we come back to, in memories, in places, in the heart itself. As your breathing slows, the room seems to grow even softer around you. The fire lowers to glowing embers, the clock's ticking blends with your heartbeat, and the world fades gently into silence. You are held in comfort, embraced by stillness, guided into deep, restoring sleep. Let yourself drift now, with no resistance, only surrender. The return is complete. You are home, within and without. Rest deeply, peacefully, and fully, until morning's light calls you once more. Take a deep, gentle breath in, and let it out slowly. Feel the weight of the day sliding away from your shoulders as you sink into a place of ease. With every exhale, your body grows a little heavier, your mind a little quieter, and your heart a little calmer. Allow yourself to soften, to be carried gently into a space of stillness. Tonight, we will journey together into a story, one that flows like a lullaby, guiding you deeper and deeper into rest. Imagine now that you are walking through a quiet meadow at dusk. The air is cool and sweet, touched with the fragrance of grass and wildflowers. A soft glow spreads across the horizon as the sun gently lowers itself, painting the sky in tender shades of lavender and rose. Each step you take feels slower, lighter, as though the earth itself is cushioning your path. The world around you seems to hush, preparing for nightfall, as if the entire landscape is exhaling in peaceful unison. Ahead, rising softly against the fading light, stands a kingdom unlike any other. Its towers do not pierce the sky in sharp defiance, but instead rise gracefully, rounded and warm, bathed in the golden glow of lanterns already lit. A quiet hum of life drifts outward, the muted sounds of laughter, of footsteps winding down, of voices soft and low as the day's busyness gives way to evening calm. The gates are open, wide and welcoming, as if inviting you to step inside and witness a place where rest is not merely an ending, but a cherished part of life. You pass beneath the archway, where ivy climbs in lazy spirals along the stone. The air here feels different, gentler, as though the very stones of the kingdom carry within them a memory of tranquility. The streets are paved with smooth cobblestones, and every step rings faintly, a soft echo that disappears almost as soon as it's heard. Lanterns glow along the path, casting pools of amber light that shimmer against the walls of cottages. The windows glow too, and through them you glimpse families gathered close, their movements slow and tender, as if preparing not just for night, but for dreams. You wander further, and the kingdom seems to fold around you in waves of comfort. A baker closes her shop, carefully covering baskets of bread still warm from the oven, while the faint scent of crust and spice drifts through the air. A child yawns, tugging at a parent's hand as they cross the square, heading homeward under the growing blanket of twilight. Even the animals move more slowly now, horses lowering their heads as they settle into stables, doves curling softly into their nests high along the rooftops. At the center of the kingdom stands a grand square, open and calm, with a fountain whose waters fall not in rushing torrents, but in quiet streams, as though even the water knows to rest at this hour. Around it, benches invite passers-by to pause, to breathe, to share in the stillness that seems to ripple outward from every stone. You pause here too, listening to the hushed murmur of water, the distant rustle of trees beyond the walls, the lull of voices that grow fewer and fewer as night continues to descend. The earth itself. Your thoughts drift like feathers on a breeze, lighter and lighter with each passing moment. Here, in the heart of the kingdom at rest, you too surrender. To quiet, to comfort, to sleep. You let go of the day, you let go of time, and you drift into the vast, gentle embrace of night. The stars above keep watch, the moon hums softly, and the entire kingdom, yourself within it, rests. Now, allow yourself to sink deeper still, into stillness, into peace, into sleep. Drift now, quietly, completely, into dreams. Take a deep breath, and let it out slowly, allowing the rhythm of your breathing to guide you into stillness. Feel your body sink deeper into comfort, as though the bed beneath you were a soft cloud, ready to carry you gently away. With every exhale, imagine the day fading further into the distance, until only the quiet remains. You are safe, calm, and ready for rest. Tonight's story will take you to a tender place, where dreams gather like soft whispers, guiding you into a world of gentle wonder. Let your mind relax, and with each passing moment, allow yourself to drift into this calming journey. Somewhere beyond the veil of wakefulness, there is a meadow bathed in twilight. The air here is mild, touched by the faint scent of blooming jasmine and lavender. A soft breeze moves lazily across the tall grasses, and each blade sways as if it were dancing to an unseen lullaby. Overhead, the sky glows with fading shades of gold, gradually melting into a deep indigo. Stars begin to shimmer, one after another, until the heavens are adorned with their quiet light. You step into this meadow slowly, unhurried, each footfall sinking into the cool earth below. It is as though this place has been waiting for you, serene, timeless, and patient. Around you, fireflies rise and fall with gentle flickers, their golden glow moving like tiny lanterns. They hover nearby, playful yet calming, as if they are guiding you deeper into the quiet landscape. A narrow path winds forward, and you follow it, feeling completely at ease. The path carries you toward a small grove of willow trees, their long branches hanging low, brushing against the ground in soft arcs. The leaves rustle lightly, whispering a song that sounds almost like words of comfort. You pause, listening, letting the soothing rhythm sink into your heart. Beyond the grove, you find a still pond, perfectly reflecting the night sky. Its surface is so calm, it feels as if the stars themselves are resting within it. You kneel at its edge, trailing your fingers through the cool, clear water. Ripples spread outward in soft circles, gently distorting the reflection above, until it settles once more into peace. Watching the water return to stillness, you feel your own thoughts quieting, finding balance in the calm. Close to the pond, a wooden bench rests beneath an ancient oak tree. You take a seat, leaning back as the night wraps around you. The sound of crickets fills the air, their song steady and reassuring. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls softly, its voice carrying through the branches like a lullaby from the forest. Each sound blends into the next, weaving a tapestry of nighttime serenity that wraps you in safety and ease. As you sit, your eyes grow heavier, and you begin to drift into a half-dream. Shapes form in the air before you, gentle, luminous patterns that sway like curtains in the breeze. They seem to come alive, shimmering and glowing softly. These are the beginnings of your dreams, unfolding slowly, like flowers opening under the moonlight. They show you places of wonder, a quiet village where lanterns float along a river, a mountain bathed in silver light, a vast field of glowing blossoms that hum with a soft, soothing energy. Each vision carries you deeper into tranquility, as if the world of dreams is inviting you further inside. You feel weightless, as though drifting on a gentle current, moving toward rest. Every breath is slower now, more peaceful, until time itself seems to dissolve. The meadow, the pond, the lights of the dreamscape, they merge together, becoming a blanket of calm that settles over you. As the final moments of wakefulness slip away, you sense the world of gentle dreams surrounding you completely. They cradle you like a soft lullaby, guiding you into a deeper and deeper sleep. The stars above glow steadily, as if keeping watch, while the earth beneath holds you in safety. Here, there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the quiet embrace of the night. And so, you rest, carried softly into your dreams, where peace flows endlessly, and sleep holds you tenderly until the morning light. Good night, and sweet dreams.